and welcome to today's Lethbridge College cooking lesson. I'm Liz Morgan, and I'm here with Chef Kenny Kane, who's one of the instructors in our award-winning culinary programs here at Lethbridge College.
Hi Liz, welcome to today's lesson.
Thank you so much. So spring has finally arrived here in southern Alberta, and before we get into the preparation of our recipe, which is braised pork chops, I want to talk a little bit about taking advantage of seasonal and local foods.
It's a great time of the season for quality food, delicious food. Lethbridge and southern Alberta are a great area to find quality products, such as savory cheeses, sustainable meats, and as you'll see soon in our farmers markets, quality ripe fruits and vegetables.
I absolutely agree. And Lethbridge's Farmers Market opens in May and runs all the way through the summer and fall. And there's lots of places in the region that you can take advantage of, places that sell locally produced foods such as beef, pork, chicken, anything like that can be used in today's recipe. So if you're looking for a straightforward, delicious recipe, you're going to want to try these pork chops. If you use locally produced pork chops, they're going to taste that much better.
First, we'll want to get our ingredients out. We'll need 6 3/4-inch cut pork chops, a little bit of flour for dredging, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 3/4 of a cup of diced onion, 3/4 cup diced carrot, 2 tablespoons of ground garlic, 4 fluid ounces of apple cider vinegar, 1.5 cups of pureed tomato, 1.5 cups of chicken stock, 1/3 of a cup of honey, and 1/3 cup butter.
So that sounds great. What's the first step?
Okay, so then we'll want to season our chops with a little bit of salt and pepper on each side. We'll get a large pan going on a medium-high heat, and then we'll add a little bit of oil.
Okay. What some people might want to know is that we're purposely not using olive oil for this recipe because it has a really low smoke point and decomposes at high heat. What we want is an oil that has a high smoke point and that can handle that high heat like canola oil or grapeseed oil.
That's right. And while that oil is coming up to temperature, we're going to dredge our chops in a little bit of flour. And here's the part where we have to use a little bit of restraint to not move those chops while they're browning.
So how long then does it take for them to brown? Because we don't want to flip them over before they're ready.
That's right. About 3 to 4 minutes,
Okay.
and then we can flip them over and move on.
Okay, well it sounds good. They look and smell great. I bet we need to start on our sauce now.
Exactly. So now what we want to do is we want to take our onions, our carrots, and our garlic, and we want to saute those in that oil.
Okay, and this is the point I think where sometimes people get a little frustrated where their vegetables are starting to stick to the pan and they're getting a little brown, but that's exactly what we want, isn't it?
That's right, that's that development of flavor. So you're going to get some browning from those pork chops, and if it's getting a little too dark, you just turn your heat down.
Okay.
Once we get to that point where those vegetables are tender though, we're going to add our apple cider vinegar.
Great, and apples I hear go well with any kind of pork, so apple cider vinegar probably is your best bet, isn't it?
That's right, you can use any type of vinegar, but apples are usually used with pork and it really goes well together.
So we've deglazed the pan. What's the next step?
So next we're going to add our tomato sauce, our chicken broth, and a little bit of honey for sweetness. We'll add our browned pork chops back to that liquid, and then we'll simmer that till the chops are about 60 degrees, or however you like your pork done.
Okay, and how much time does that take?
Depending on your kitchen or cut of meat, it may take anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. And once your chops are fully cooked, you want to take those chops out, return that liquid to a simmering point. You can shut that liquid off, and then we'll swirl that butter in.
Sounds good. Well, it looks like we're done, and if you're looking for some great sides to go with your pork chops, you can try them with rice, potatoes, or some crusty rolls to mop up that sauce, and also some cooked greens or a salad.
Well, we use pork for today's demonstration. You can use any kind of meat, and it'll turn out nice and tender, just like this. Should we try?
Yeah, I'd love to, thank you. They're delicious. Well, thank you so much, Chef Kenny, for helping us make these great pork chops. You can find this recipe in the spring 2014 issue of Wider Horizons or online at widerhorizons.ca.
And during our academic year, you can try other creations from our culinary program at the Garden Court Restaurant.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.